The cruiser Takao had seen more action than most in the Imperial Navy. She fought across half the Pacific, dodging death time and time again. But like all warriors, her luck would eventually run out. And when it did, it wasn't fire from above that sealed her fate. It was the silent predators lurking beneath the waves. Welcome back, my name is Yuki. Let's dive into the story of Takao, one of Japan's most powerful heavy cruisers. From her proud commissioning to her haunting final moments as a target ship off the Malacca Strait. Takao was the lead ship of her class, a line of 4 heavy cruisers built for speed, firepower, and range. She and her sisters Atago, Maya, and Chikai were constructed under the constraints of the Washington Naval Treaty. But Takao pushed those limits as far as they would go. Laid down at the Yokosuka Naval Arsenal on April 28, 1927, launched on May 12, 1930, and commissioned into the Navy on May 31, 1932. Takao embodied the peak of pre-war Japanese cruiser design. Let's take a quick look at her specs. Takao displaced about 34,400 tons standard and over 15,800 tons at full load. She stretched 673 feet long with a beam of 66 feet and a draft of 20 feet. Her power came from 12 Campon boilers and 4 geared steam turbines generating 130,000 horsepower, enough to push her speeds exceeding 35 knots, which made her one of the fastest cruisers afloat in the 1930s. She carried a complement of around 760 officers and enlisted men. For armament, Takao packed a serious punch. 10 7.9-inch guns in 5 main turrets. 8 12.7-centimeter dual-purpose guns, up to 60 Type 96 25mm anti-aircraft guns added later in the war, 16 24-inch Type 93 long lance torpedoes, among the most advanced of their time. When war broke out, Takao was ready. She was part of the 4th Cruiser Division and joined the invasion of Malaya in 1941. From there, she participated in sweeping campaigns across Southeast Asia, escorting landings in Java, Sumatra, and Borneo. In June 1942, she was present at the Battle of Midway as part of Admiral Yamamoto's support forces, though she didn't see much direct action. Her moment came later that year, during the brutal Solomon Islands campaign. Takao and her sister ships became key players in the nighttime surface battles that raged in the waters around Guadalcanal. On the night of November 15, 1942, during the Second Naval Battle of Guadalcanal, Takao engaged U.S. battleships and cruisers in a close-quarters slugfest. While she avoided major damage, she was unable to prevent the loss of her sister ship Atago. As the war turned against Japan, Takao was increasingly used as a transport and support ship. Her striking power still valuable, but her days of offensive operations were fading. In October 1944, Takao sailed into her most dangerous mission, the Battle of Leyte Gulf, as part of Admiral Kurita's Center Force. She moved through the Palawan Passage, unaware that American submarines were lying in wait. At dawn on October 23rd, the submarine USS Darter struck her with 2 torpedoes. The first hit near the forward engine room. The second blew apart her steering compartment. Takao was crippled, dead in the water, and had to withdraw under escort. She was towed to Singapore for repairs, but the repairs never came. Takao spent the rest of the war in Singapore, essentially out of action. When the war ended, the Allies captured her where she was laying. For 2 years, she sat in limbo, a ghost of her former self, rusting in the tropical heat. Then, on October 29th, 1946, the Royal Navy decided to make a statement. HMS Newfoundland, a British light cruiser, sank Takao as a target ship in the Strait of Malacca. The once proud cruiser, which had fought in nearly every corner of the Pacific, went down in flames and steel, not in battle, but in silence. Takao's legacy is still a complicated one. She was fast, powerful, and aggressive, a true product of Japan's interwar naval ambitions. But like many ships of her era, she couldn't keep up with the changing face of naval warfare. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe, and tell us what ship you'd like to see next. Until next time, fair winds and following seas.